Thanks for tuning in. This is Optibotimus coming to you with another video review. And today we're going to be taking a look at something very special. My very first SH figure, that being of Super Mario. In addition to that, we're also going to take a look at his 2 additional add-ons. These are all available separately, so you don't have to get them all, but if you want to create a really cool display scene, you need them. And honestly, you probably need a little bit more. For what I want to do, I'm going to need an additional 5 of these and 1 more of these. But looking at the packaging first, and starting off with the Mario set, this is the main one. This is what you can get all by itself. And if you choose to get it, this set here is $25. And it's currently available at Big Bad Toy Store. So if you are interested in getting any of these, go ahead and click on the link down in the video description where you can check these out for yourself. But as you can see with Mario, it comes with Mario, a coin, a mushroom, and a question mark. Or the question mark block. You come around here to the back and it shows a couple other things, like there's a little stand, and then you got all these various action poses that you put in. One thing that's kind of weird is they show this with the turtle in his flat hand. That's only available if you get this, so it's kind of, I guess, a little misleading in that respect, but really nice nonetheless. Now, this is a little bit more of a simple one. You got 2 just bricks, as well as 1 question mark block. You get a coin, and then a Goomba. And again, like I said, if you want to create a diorama such as this, you need to have a bunch of these, because it only comes with these 2, and then you come around here to the back, and you can see that it also does come with a couple of additional sort of display stands that you can prop these up with, but again, we'll show that off here in a little bit. And finally, this set comes with 2 different warp pipes. You got a longer one and a smaller one. You got his additional hands, the turtle shell, a coin, and another Goomba. Then also in this set, you do get a couple extra bases as well so that you can prop up the coin. These 2 sets right here are $20. So people, I guess, have complained whether or not this is really worth it, because Mario is not as articulated as a lot of the other SH Figuart figures. Despite the fact this being the first articulated Mario that we've gotten, according to the Figuarts people, it's still a little bit more limited, but we'll touch on all of that here later on when I get these open. But beyond that, for the packaging, that's what you're looking at. I love it. I think it looks great. Like I said, I need 5 more of these and another one of these to create the perfect display for me. So without further ado, let's get these guys open and see how cool they actually are. Alright guys, so here we have the SH Figuart Mario in his add-on sets open up and out of their packaging. And right now this is currently available on places like Big Bad Toy Store. So if any of these interest you, go ahead and click on that link down in the video description. You go there and you can pick them up for yourself. But starting off first, we're going to set Mario. He's the main guy. We're going to start him off to the side. We're going to take a look at this. Well, no, let's not even do this one. That one's a little bit more complicated because it has the extra hands. So looking at this set first, put him here. What you basically have is a bit of a diorama with both of these add-on sets. Individually, they're available at $19.99, which to me isn't that bad of a deal. What you get is this really nice Goomba. Both of them are the exact same. They don't really change how they look or anything like that. They just have this really grumpy kind of look, some evil eyebrows, angry looking eyes, some teeth sticking out there. You got some brown feet down here. Basically, it looks like a, well, kind of like a mushroom almost. That's what these really do look like. A different kind of mushroom other than this little guy right here, but kind of looks like a mushroom. But it is the exact same that you get in this set over here. So really very nice that you had that. There's no articulation or anything in it, but really you don't need that much for articulation with these guys. So setting him there, you also get 2 little stands. Now, as you can see, they're used for the coin. Now, they're kind of hard to see, but I'll cover them up with my hands. You got one here that has a longer peg and one here with a short peg that do interact with the coin itself. You can see very nice coin, very nice gold chrome on there. You got the hole right here on the bottom. You can put this there, and then if you really wanted to, just basically set it there at the top, and you can have it where it's barely above that, well, any of these really, or you can swap it out with the longer pegged one, and you can make this look like it's jumping up from one of them. And then of course, I mean, you can rotate them around and you can create a different look. They did sort of spin when they would be hit from below, so that is really very neat. Now, setting this off to the side, you also do get a total of 2 of these bricks. They're just regular bricks, nothing really spectacular. You got pegs here on the bottom, so you do get 2 of those. And then, as you can see, you can stack them up like that if you want to. And then you get a just random question mark cube. Nice detail on it. It is textured, kind of like a three-dimensional sort of thing. The question mark sticks out a little bit further. And then you got the peg hole here in the bottom. Then you get a stand that elevates it off of the ground, basically. And this stand here, you can see, has three different pegs that you can peg it into, and then you've got a nice clear base stand kind of going all the way down, leaving that right there. And then when you have it with a white background such as mine, it disappears and it looks like they're just floating there. So putting these on there, they peg in here very nicely so they don't actually fall off. You can see holding them upside down, they don't fall off or anything. But like I said, you can put it there and you, well, I guess you can sort of see that pull right there. Now it also does come with this little articulated arm kind of thing and this little blue bit right here. This little blue bit actually is used with Mario. You have a back section here that you pop this out and then this just pegs right in here, just like so. And then down here on the bottom, you've got a couple holes. You got one on this side and one on this side. They're both covered by little green plastic bits that once you poke that in there, you can see that that pops out. But you can have him be jumping in the air. Here, let's put this back there like so. You can have him jumping in the air, getting ready to hit that, which is basically what you do with Mario. Now, like I said, you only get this little arm and this extra little back piece here if you get this additional set. So if you don't get it, there is no real arm to make him look like he's jumping up. So that's really an unfortunate sort of thing, but it gets you to buy a couple of these extra sets, which I'm not that upset about it. I do think it kind of sucks that you have to buy them all together, but it lets you pick and choose basically what you do want. So I do appreciate that. A lot of these things you almost do want to have all available to you. So that's where I could see some people kind of complaining because it's broken up into 3 different sets. Because a lot of these, I really do think should just be in one set. Now, the next set, well, again, I don't know which one. One is A, one is B. So I don't know specifically which one this one is. But this is one set that I would say that some of the accessories really should have came with the main set. Now, in addition to all that stuff that we'll touch on, you do get another Goomba. So if you get all of them, you'll have 2 of these little guys. You do have a large and a small warp pipe, which is really cool. Now, emptying this out, I was just kind of storing all that extra stuff. One thing that's really cool is, as you can see, this is a whole lot more shallow, whereas this one is deeper. So you can actually just take this off. It just pops off just like so, and then you can pop that on there. This one doesn't really now have a bottom, but you could still kind of use it, maybe set it up like that if you wanted to have like a little Goomba coming out of it kind of thing or whatever. But because it's a much deeper little pipe now, you can actually take Mario and tuck him in there just like so, like he's going down the pipe. When this is just like that, take this off, set that there, and you can see it just has little grooves and stuff that you just rotate it around, find that spot, and that's what you're basically looking at for that. So one thing that is cool is the inclusion of the deeper one to allow you to make it look like he's going down the warp pipe. That's actually neat. I really do appreciate and dig that. But it's kind of extra, I would say. Oh, and it also does come with a coin, but I'll touch on that here in a second. But these are nice pieces. I do like them, but this is the part that I think is really necessary. Now, zooming in, basically what you're looking at here is you get an extra pair of hands that can be swapped out with the Mario figure. And I mean, you got the turtle shell, which the turtle shell is not that big of a deal, but that's actually really cool to have. But these extra hands can be swapped out with the figure, and you could see you can actually position these depending on if you get it in there the right way. Both of these have little holes in them, in these little leg cavities here from where the turtle would go. So just sticking that in there, something like that. There we go. You can peg him in where he would look like he's carrying them. Now, you also do get 2 additional little teeny tiny pegs that are very hard to see, but those little guys right there, you can actually take these also. If you don't want to have him holding it this way, you can have them, you can peg one in. Let's see if I can get it here. It feels like the peg holes are different sizes on some of these. Or you can get him pegged in like this, where he would carry it around with this being the front of it. But honestly, I don't know why you would do that, because it's like he likes running around with it this way. So getting these in there, it's just a nice addition to the set that I really think that should have been with the original Mario set. And after some finagling, you can get him where he looks like he's holding the mushroom and running along, something like that. I mean, I really do dig that. Like I said, I think that this is something that really should have came with the Mario, at least maybe the extra hands, because as you can see, he's just kind of straight-handed, kind of relaxed, nothing too special, and then those just pop out, and then you come around here, pop those back in. At least giving us the hands would have been nice. I guess it's not too terribly bad, because like I said, this set, in addition to this one, it's only $20, so getting the full collection is only $65, so it's not that bad, but I do like all that. And then you also do get another coin. In addition to that, you get a short stand and a longer stand as well. So setting all these now off to the back, because we've taken a look at all of those, now we can take a look at Mario. And being the main selling point for this is where the whole set really should come together, and I really think that it does. Now, despite the fact that this set individually does not come with like the hands or the extra hands or the pegs for them, I really don't think it's all that bad. When you look at the entire value, for $65 you get this whole set. Now, from what I've seen of Figuart figures, that's a little bit on the cheap end, so it doesn't bother me all that much. Where a lot of people do have problems, though, I guess, would be the Mario figure. Well, I mean, and he falls. So taking a look first, you get a little mushroom with him, which isn't too bad. It's the little power-up kind of mushroom that usually makes him grow taller. So you do have that really nice details, very simple, but conveys it perfectly and has a really nice paint job. You also do get another coin as well as a display stand for it, and you get another question mark. These things here are identical to the ones that we touched on before. But Mario here, I think people are a little bit disappointed in, because with Figuarts, you look at something that is extremely articulated, and Mario here doesn't really have that extreme articulation. But that being said, I think the price nicely is reflected in what you do actually get. As I said, this is, if you want Mario, it's just $25. So that really, to me, isn't that bad of a deal at all. And I've seen a couple people mention to me that people have complained about this, and I think that's the reason why. They expect a much more articulated Mario. I could see it, but for what you're paying, I don't think it's bad at all. The paint job on here is absolutely stunning. I mean, the likeness here of Mario is ridiculously spot on. I am so in love with that look. I mean, it's Mario all the way through. You got a really nice, actually molded in M here. That little coin fell. You got the molded in M right there. You got some really nice yellow paint here, red and blue. You got the brown for his boots. I mean, everything that you could expect, I think, is nicely represented. Now, some people will complain because his mouth is open. Well, I think that looks fun with him. I like it. Now, the biggest thing with his articulation would probably be his head. You can't rotate it too far to the side. You can, but if you go quick with it, it pulls his head off. So keeping that in, if you go slow, you're sort of keeping it on there, but you can keep his head on there. Now, it will pop off at some point in time, but looking at it, you can see that it does have a ball joint here, and then it also does have a swivel forward and back. So you can get him looking straight like that, or you can angle it, and he's looking a little bit more down. So there is some articulation there in the neck. And then, like I said, if you rotate that slowly, it will stay on there, just as a matter of friction. The shoulders here move in and out, but you can see they move very slight, not much, and they rotate all the way around. When they get up to the head, it's a little bit more difficult, but hey, what are you going to do? He's got a big giant head. The elbows move forward and back. They don't rotate or anything, and then he rotates at the wrist, which that's fine for me for his level of articulation there. It's much better than I thought it was going to be. I mean, this is my first Figuart figure, so I'm really very impressed. And then you're also noticing that his mustache here looks like it's a separate piece, kind of. That's kind of cool. His hips move forward and back. They go back about that far. They rotate here at the upper part of the thigh. They bend here at the knee, and I love how when you bend it, it actually brings out another piece here to make it look like the leg is all still one piece. I really dig that. The ankles here move forward and back a little. They move side to side. They rotate. They got a lot of pivot in here, so you can get some good poses. The poses that you would expect to be able to put Mario in. Nothing super dramatic or anything, but enough that you can pose him and get him to look how he's supposed to. Now, the bottom line is, this being my first Figuarts set, I am absolutely impressed with it. Now, that's not to say that I don't think the other figures are also as equally impressive. I know some people are going to be like, if you think that's impressive, Paul, then you should check out such and such. I don't discredit those other sets, but this is absolutely awesome, and I love it. This is just a real wonderful way to revisit the Mario franchise for me, something that has a very special place in my heart, as I grew up with Nintendo and Super Mario Brothers. And one thing that always makes me smile is honestly thinking of my dad. He used to play this all the time, and Super Mario Brothers 3 as well. That was another big favorite of his. And then when I got the Sega Genesis, he started playing Sonic the Hedgehog all the time. But for some reason, Mario just always stuck out for me, which is why I knew I had to get this set. And for $65, like I said, for all three of them, I feel that you're getting a pretty good value. You don't have to get the add-on sets, just Mario alone is 25 bucks, and that too I think is a good deal. My only problem is I need to get like 5 or 6 more sets to complete a nice diorama to have this properly displayed. Because I want a whole bunch of these little bricks to make like a little pyramid thing. I mean, that's just for me. You don't have to do it, but I'm happy paying another $120 to get a full display for this. I simply love it. I really cannot express to you guys how much I really do enjoy this. For me, on a personal level, as well as a reviewer, I think that this is a pretty good value. Now, I know that Mario's not as articulated as a lot of the other Figuarts figures, but for what you're paying, I think that you're getting a good value. That combined with the just general paint applications and detail on just, it looks terrific. So as I said in the beginning, if you are interested in one or all three of the sets, they are available right now at Big Bad Toy Store. So go ahead and click on that link down in the video description and you can add this to your collection. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. So once again, I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been Optibotimus. Don't forget that you can keep in touch with me by liking my Facebook page at facebook.com/teambotimus or by following me over on Twitter at twitter.com/optibotimus. Also, don't forget to check out my new website at optibotimusreviews.com, where you can see all my videos from the previous week, as well as see what I have coming up for future release. And if you like this review, guys, please rate, comment, and share this video. And until next time, I'll talk to you later.